Now we'll try another. I'm going to show you how I'd graph this without making a table, and you can make a table on your own to see if it agrees. The y-intercept is at 5. So when x equals 0, y equals 5. The point 0, 5 will be on there. Remember that the slope is rise over run. Here, the slope is negative, so it's going to go downward. Instead of a rise, we have a fall. If we go over 4, we go down 3. So if we go over 4, down 3, that brings us to the point 4, 2. And you can check that 4, 2 is on this line by plugging in 4 for x, and you should get y equals 2. And all we have to do then is connect these 2 points, and we've got a line. Write out a definition of the slope of a line. It's the rate of change. It can also be thought of as rise over run. The slope is telling us that a change of 1 in x will change y by m. So if you have y equals mx plus b, let's say in mx plus b, I add 1 to the x. So that'll give me m times x plus 1 plus b, and that's going to be mx plus m plus b. That equals mx plus b plus m. And that's the same equals y plus m, because y equals mx plus b. So a change of 1, adding 1 to x, adds m to y. The vertical intercept is the y-coordinate of the point where the line crosses the y-axis. It's the y-coordinate when x equals 0. Let's look at f and g. When you're given 2 points, you can find the slope of the line that connects them using m equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And you can see how this is rise over run. y2 minus y1 is the rise, x2 minus x1 is the run. So given these 2 points, I can work it out. 4 minus negative 2 divided by 10 minus negative 5 equals 6 over 15. And both of these are divisible by 3. That's going to be 2 times 3 over 5 times 3. The 3 cancels, and that's 2/5. So my slope will be m equals 2/5. For g, we need to find the equation of the line. We need y equals mx plus b, where m is 2/5. To find b, we just plug in one of these 2 points. It doesn't matter which, x1, y1, or x2, y2. I'll use this one. We have y equals negative 2 equals m, which is 2/5, times x, that's negative 5, plus b. Now negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. Divide that by 5, you've got negative 2. So we have negative 2 equals negative 2 plus b. Add 2 to both sides. That tells us that b equals 0. So the equation of the line will be y equals 2/5 x. Finally, Questions H and I give us an example of modeling a real-world scenario with a linear function. First, let's find this function. Remember, we want f of x equals mx plus b, because that's a linear form. The y-intercept is 2, so that tells me that b equals 2. The rise over run, it goes over 1 up 3, so that tells me that m equals 3. So the equation for the line will be f of x equals 3x plus 2. Part I says f of x represents the number of friends someone has. X is the number of years someone has worked in the same location. It's saying that the number of friends someone has is a function of how long they've been working in the same place. If you tell me how long someone has worked there, I can tell you how many friends they have. What would the interpretation of the slope be? Well, for every year you're there, you gain 3 friends. So the slope is the rate of change. It's the yearly rate at which you gain friends. For every 1 year you're there, you gain 3 friends. And the vertical intercept, if x is the number of years, then the y-intercept occurs at year 0. It's the number of friends you started with. Finally, I want to get you started on the linear modeling problem that's due next week. The goal is to translate this situation into a linear function. For this first one, we want a function that models the height of the water in the upper chamber, ut. If the independent variable is time, t, then at time t equals 0, ut equals 6, because the height is 6 centimeters. You're also given that the rate of change is -1 cm per second. They're giving you the point 0.06 and the slope m equals -1. Can you use what we've covered to turn this into a linear function?